Eternity's Shadow by E. Thomas Canton. Copyright 2024 E. Thomas Canton. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic or mechanical, including photocopy, recording, or by any information storage and retrieval system, without written consent from the publisher. Credits. Voices by MURF.com. Sound effects from www.freesoundslibrary.com. And additional sound effects from www.zapsplat.com and pixabay.com. Music by www.zapsplat.com and IB Audio.
In or around 850 CE, Chinese alchemists attempted to create medicines to extend life. Instead, they discovered gunpowder. There are almost always negative consequences when you try to do good. And sometimes those consequences are monstrous. Brooke Adams. Octavia Wilde. 3 years, I said as we walked away from the Ministry of Science. All kinds of fashionable and important people brave the rain, the kind of people who stick their noses up at people like us. Can you believe that? We waited there for 3 hours for that stupid file folder, and he doesn't even look at it. Fen groaned. Mad. It's bureaucracy gone mad. No, it's worse, it's an insane bureaucracy gone mad. Medane. In mad.
Insane bureaucracy gone mad. Doesn't that mean they've actually gone sane?
Asked Fen. What?
Stop trying to be clever. You got lucky with Husfriend,
she said, cracking a smile. When Fen felt better, she took the load off me. Luck? I thought it was my natural silver-tongued skill with the English language. I smiled. So, you don't think Medane will catch on? Fen laughed, and the world righted itself once again. Well, such as it was.
No?
Oh well. I'll have to console myself with being a genius.
Good thing you don't have an ego,
she said. My ego? Well, yeah, it's big, but is not so big that I can't find humor in myself. And I like the way she made me smile. Fen saw her favorite diner up ahead. I hadn't noticed that we had taken a turn back toward the not-so-rich area of downtown.
Come on. Buy me lunch,
she said. What? Is it that time already?
3 hours waiting for a file, remember?
Oh yeah. As we were about to enter the diner, I noticed a government notice announcing a public stoning pasted on the brick wall of the boarded-up bakery next door. It called on all Christian men to beat the devil out of a straying woman. Speaking of a mad bureaucracy, I mean, we're about to put a man on the moon, and we're still stoning people as punishment for adultery. Is that civilized? How many thousands of years of civilization, and it's still all boiled down to sex and violence?
Not so loud,
Fen cautioned. I'm serious, I said. You ever wonder what would have happened if the Great Heretical Rebellion had succeeded? I'll tell you what would have happened. An explosion of free thinking, art, culture, science, a renaissance of freedom for humanity. Fen grabbed my arm and led me into the diner, smiling at a man and a woman who I'd never seen before.
Hi,
she said to them.
Fen.
The man acknowledged.
Nice to see you,
said the lady as they passed by. How can you have so many friends? I asked.
How can you have so few?
You can have an entire universe in one person. Fen turned and smiled. I looked around and seeing no one, I kissed her. She freaked.
Are you mental?
She said.
You realize the trouble you'll get us into.
I looked around again, and still saw no one. Oh, no one saw. So, where was I? Oh, imagine the world we'd be living in today if that happened.
The heretics were all executed, and that's that,
She concluded the conversation. I knew this kind of talk upset her. You know, I said, changing the subject. What gets me is what are we supposed to do for the next 3 years, while we wait for this field agent to show up? I mean 3 years. And since when did you talk like that? Heretics.
I don't know. The more I realize how big creation is. Doesn't that make you feel small? Like you don't matter?
Oh? My little lost kitten. We entered the diner through the unwashed chrome door, and walked across the faded black and white checkered tiles. No, I said. I'm excited. I can't wait to turn the CCP on and find out what's out there. We've done something that no one else has ever done. I feel like a giant.
I never thought about it that way.
Fen said.
That's why I enjoy talking to you. You always make me feel better.
Fen led me to a booth by the window with worn-out, torn orange leather seats. We grabbed the menus from behind the salt and pepper shakers with the ketchup and vinegar bottles. Once we decided, we ordered lunch from the board server.
Thank you,
said Fen as the server walked away. I sat there, smiling at her. I knew what she had planned. Honest people have the worst time keeping secrets. At first, she gave me that "why are you smiling at me" look. She soon gave up.
All right. You win,
she conceded as she dug deep into her purse, pulled out a photo, and handed it to me.
Happy birthday.
The photo showed the two of us in front of the Ferris wheel at the Christian National Exhibition, on the lake shore, last Labor Day. We had the greatest time that day, not missing a single roller coaster, ball toss, or cotton candy stand. She printed it on that crappy ultra-thin, terrible paper that told me it had been all she could afford. I'm not complaining. I loved it. Thank you, I said.
I wanted to get it wrapped and have a pretty frame for it before I gave it to you.
No, this is wonderful. Perfect.
Thanks. You know it's hard to do this when you celebrate your birthday on a different day every year.
Well, that's the benefit of not knowing when it is, I said, realizing that I could have it as many times a year as I wanted. I was thinking of having it on December 25th next year.
That would suit your Christ complex,
she said, making a goofy face at me. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw the cook glance out from the kitchen. As she saw the two of us, the smile on her face grew from ear to ear. She burst through the kitchen door.
There she is,
the cook said. Fen turned, with a huge smile on her face.
Mom.
Alice hugged Fen with a loving ferocity that both scared and warmed me.
Come to see your old mom, have you? And you.
She leaned over and gave me a big hug. Well, that made me feel warm and fuzzy all over. Mrs. Smith.
So, what have you two been up to?
She asked in the manner that only mothers and inquisitors do.
Haven't seen either of you for almost 2 weeks.
The thought struck me that mothers would make brilliant inquisitors. They wouldn't need to torture people, only make them feel guilty.
We came from seeing the Archbishop.
Wait a minute, Fen's bragging.
The Archbishop. Well, look who's getting all fancy now. Oh, hoity-toity. Pretty soon you'll be thinking you're too good to talk to your old mom.
Don't be silly. Don't be so quick, I said. There's a lot of good reasons not to talk to your mom.
That's enough out of you.
I laughed to myself.
And who's being silly? Oh, never mind. Guess who I spoke to this morning?
I don't know.
Who? Asked Fen.
Go on, guess.
Mom, I don't know.
Angie, you're going to be an aunt.
That's great.
Isn't it? My first granddaughter.
Well, there is a 50-50 chance of it being a grandson.
Shut it, little Miss Smarty Pants,
she said, as I smiled.
I'll call her tonight.
Fen said.
What else? You have that look.
Okay, well, you know your brother Basil's getting ordained next year.
Right?
He's going to perform the baptism.
Basil, Angelica.
That's perfect.
Fen said. You know, I never thought to ask before, but Angelica, Basil, and the rest. I don't know much about cooking. What's Fen short for?
Nothing.
Fen's answer came as quick as a gunshot.
If you knew a little more about cooking, You'd have found yourself a husband by now instead of all this science nonsense.
Alice advised me. My mobile rang with the call that would end the world. And if you knew a little more about cooking, this place wouldn't be empty, I said, turning my attention to the phone. Hello. Fen stifled her laughter and gave me a faux shocked face.
Ooh, never mind her. Come on.
Alice said to Fen. Fen seemed more intrigued when she saw my smile fade away.
No, hold on, Mom.
She paused, waiting for me.
What's going on?
Fen asked as I hung up. I turned to Alice. We're going to need that to go. Turning back to Fen. You will not believe this.
Believe what?
I got up and grabbed my coat. You've either lived the quickest 3 years of your life or had the longest lunch of your life.
We haven't eaten yet.
That's okay. Place like this. Food's never any good.
Watch it,
said Alice.
They are coming today.
In about an hour. Walking out of the diner, Fen spun around and waved one last wave to her mother. Neither of us realized it would be the last time either of us would ever see Fen's mom alive again.